Unlike the original storyline of the Flash TV series, I entered Barry Allen's mind and I spoke to him in my superhero suit, and I am here to help you, Barry Allen, and I'm here to teach you how to use your powers properly to guide you in the ways of the Speed Force and the ways of the Sentry. I can teach you how to best use your powers and bring your mother's killer to justice and free your father from prison. And then Barry Allen asked me, who are you? And then I said, I am the creator of this earth, I am Kronos the Titan. And then I said, don't trust Harrison Wells, he's not who you think he is the Reverse Flash, and his real name is Eobert Vaughn, and he's a evil twisted version of the Speed Force. But you are no ordinary Flash, you are the strongest Flash in existence, you have the powers of a god inside of you, Barry Allen, and you are also the perfect Sentry, and you have the powers of a billion exploding suns inside of you, and all of the powers of the Speed Force is yours to command. Trust Caitlin Snow and trust Cisco Ramon and trust those people you will come to know as family and friends, because they will be your light in the darkness, and you and I will meet in person soon, and I will be watching you, Barry Allen, because I see you, I'll see you soon. And then Barry Allen said, wait, can you please help me get my dad out of prison? And then I said, I will, don't worry, I'm a hero like you, but I'm also your friend, I'll see you soon, Barry Allen. And then my eyes glowed bright white, and then Barry Allen woke up with the Lady Gaga song Poker Face playing on iPod, and then Barry Allen said, oh god, my head, and I'm so hungry. And then Caitlin Snow and Cisco Ramon ran over and they started examining Barry Allen, and then Barry Allen said, oh god, that light is hurting my eyes, I have a headache, please stop shining that light in my eyes. And then Caitlin Snow said, no offense, but you're lucky to still be alive after being struck by lightning of that magnitude. And then I said, some kind heroic god came to me in my dream, said his name is Kronos, and that one day we will meet him. And then Caitlin Snow and Cisco Ramon both looked at each other and laughed, and they said, Kronos is a Greek myth, and they also say that he's the one that created Earth, and he's our true ruler because he also created the human race on this Earth, but he's just a Greek myth. And then Barry Allen said, no, I'm telling you all, I saw a very large muscular bald man in my dreams, and he called himself Kronos, okay, and he was wearing a superhero costume with the American flag colors on it with the infinity symbol on his chest. He was real, and I saw him and his eyes glowed bright white, and I know what I saw wasn't fake. And then Caitlin Snow said, yes, I think you hit your head harder than I thought, I also think you might have possible head trauma. And then, like in the first episode of The Flash, nearly everything was the same except I left something special behind. For the Grant Gustin version of The Flash, I gave him the same Flash costume as Ezra Miller, but with better modifications that the Flash definitely needed, so I basically gave Barry Allen's suit all the powers of the Iron Man armor. If necessary, Barry Allen's suit will transform into Iron Man battlesuit, and I even left my business card so he could call me anytime, and my business card was actually inside his nanite suit. And then Barry Allen said to himself, no way, you were there by accident. And then Barry Allen started doing research on me and my name Kronos, and what Barry Allen found shocked, he found out that I was the first superhero and that I have been a superhero for a long time, and it goes back centuries. Even during ancient times there was proof that modern technology existed even then and has only gotten better because Kronos created all technology. That's why Kronos is also referred to as the god of all scientists and technology. And then on the internet it showed a sketch drawing of what he really looks like, and then Barry Allen stood up and he said, I knew it, I knew you were real. And then Barry Allen called my phone number and my wife Zena answered, and then Zena asked, hello, who's this? And then Barry Allen almost hung up the phone, but his resolve wouldn't allow it, so Barry Allen's expression hardened and he held the cell phone up to his face and he asked, hey, my name is Barry Allen and I'm looking for a man named Kronos, could you please tell him Barry Allen called and I want to meet him very soon? And then Zena said, I'll be sure to tell him, and I was actually standing right behind Zena while she was talking to Barry Allen. And then Zena quickly turned around and said, so you heard everything right? And then I said, yes ma'am, I did, but you and I are on a date and I don't want any distractions. And then Zena said, well, this Barry Allen wants you to meet him and his new friends very soon. And then I smirked when I thought about Barry Allen and the original CW TV series The Flash, and then I said, I will talk to the kid soon.